First question?
Yes, sir. Kind of a whirlwind week for you, right? I mean, coming in midweek, picking up an impressive victory. I mean, what's this whole experience been like for you?
This is the first time this is my 36th overall fight, and I've never taken a short notice fight. So it's very different. But man, it feels kind of good not having all the emotions run through the week, through the camp, the injuries. It's a different feeling, but I know that those things help lead to the greatness, that sacrifice, that hurt, that hunger. So obviously I got to go back to it, but great week.
Yeah.
You know, anyone knows, like, you come out here and get a win, it's a great week, so yeah. I'm happy.
We saw you on Wednesday, and you're like, you don't even know what day it is. I'm trying to figure out, like, when did it feel like, okay, we're in the right mindset, we're dialed in, we're good to go? You know, I mean, when did that adjustment happen?
What time is it? Probably about 30 minutes ago. Now, I'm pretty good at flipping that switch. Like I said, I've got like 35 total fights. I've been around the block a time or two. I've had the good, the bad, you know, everything else. So it's just I'm at that kind of point in my life where it's just like, all right, we're going to go fight. It's going to be what it's going to be. I'm still me at the end of the day. My family still loves me, so win, lose, or draw. My friends still love me. They know me for me. It's going to be what it's going to be. This is just 15 minutes or shorter, and people out there can say whatever the hell they want, but they wish that they could do that. So for me, it does not matter anymore at this point in my life. I don't really care what everyone else thinks, because like I said, they wish they could do what I do, and what all these men and women in here do. So I just go out here, do me, win, lose, or draw. I'm always going to put my neck on the line. I'm always going to show out the best that I can for my family, my friends, and everyone that cares about me. So that's all it's about to me.
Very nice. Obviously, Sam had some difficult results, but he looked pretty sharp tonight, actually. Did he surprise you at all in there?
Not really. I knew what he was going to throw. I just had to get that timing. I haven't really been doing anything, to be honest. My management didn't really want me to take the fight because of it, but I had some other things going on, so we knew what he was going to come with. He's a true vet, true tough guy, nothing but respect. I've been watching him since I was like 17, 18 years old, so he didn't surprise me. I just had to get in there and just kind of feel the timing, feel everything for a minute. It was pretty funny because they were like, he rocked him. I was like, nah. I truly feel in my heart, like if I see it, I'll take it. No matter how hard of a puncher you are, no matter how good you are, I feel I can take it. It's the ones that you don't see, and it's, you know, I know everyone says it, but it's the ones that you don't see that put you, and been there for that too. So nice. I'm just happy that I got to go out there against a guy like Sam, a true vet. I've always wanted to do something like that with a guy like that. So to be able to share that octagon with Sam was a true pleasure. And another thing on top of that, like I told him after the fight, it was great to see him bring his wife out there. I wish I could do the same, but we got 2 young kids right now, and Mama has to take care of the kids. So it was a cool experience just seeing that with his family as well.
Very nice. I know it'll probably be a discussion, but I know you said, you know, this is kind of a test run at 205 as well, right? So, I mean, immediately after, is this something you think is a good fit for you, or do you have to kind of maybe talk to the team and see what they think?
No, I don't think so, man. You saw that big guy fight tonight. What's his name? He's got jail in his name.
Yeah.
That man's got jail in his name. You know what I mean? Like, nah, I'm good. I mean, I'll fight him if I have to. I'll fight any man in the world if I have to, but I'm going to just keep it my unfinished business at 85, and the business still to come at 85. But I got the best manager in the game, Ali, and Dominant, so I'm going to let him take over. Whatever he says go, that's what it goes. But 2022, shoot or shoot, and I'm shooting.
Dig it. And I guess last thing for me, what's next? I know you know, like I said, you got this quick experience. Now do you go back and take some time off? Do you try to book something again? Maybe you go jump out and cheer for Sean Strickland. I don't know what's next.
Hey, I mean, it makes me look good when he wins, I guess. I mean, fuck, I don't even know. But no, for me next, I'm gonna go home and move into the new house, and I'm enjoying spending more time at home, kind of getting away from fighting a little bit at a time. And I've been in this for a long time. I've had a lot of fights. Even though I'm young, I've had a lot. I've had wars. I've had everything. So I just love my kids, and I love being with them and my wife. And I'm going to keep doing that. And hopefully I fight again June, July, whatever Ali wants for opponent-wise. But hopefully around that time frame, go back to 85, get up another full camp. But I got to heal this finger properly this time. And that's where I'm at right now. I'm ready to just get home, man. I'm ready to have some fun at home and then go hunting next week.
Hey, Brendan, what's up, man?
What's up, man? How are you?
Hey, good. How'd you feel going into the break after the first round? You know, like we said, Sam, I felt had a pretty decent round, a lot of good counters from him. But then you had a great flurry at the end. You dropped him and kind of swarmed on him. Did you? Not that the judges matter, but you made a very noticeable. You were noticeably more measured coming out in the second, really focused. Not that you weren't focused before, but.
Right.
Kind of flipped a switch. How did you feel, and what did the coaches say to you in the corner?
All week since I got here, my boy Tuco, my boy Andre, my boy Andre's great 170-pounder, just got a first short notice fight. He's a stud. So, and then as well as Henry Hooft, they were telling me, just pick your shots, step back, pick your shots, keep the distance. But I just had to feel it. I'm that weird guy. I just got to feel it. And going into the fight, I knew I just had to mix it up, but I had to be careful and not blow my load and go 2 balls to the walls because I honestly didn't know where my cardio was 100%. So I knew I wasn't from a fight camp. I'd run a little bit, worked out a little bit, but ultimately they were telling me be patient, step back, pick your shots, and just good D, use my footwork to circle, don't stay in front of him.
Yeah, that's exactly what I saw because he's been doing this weird thing in the last few fights where he kind of backs up against the cage and stays behind that black line, which is kind of dangerous because it's hard to get out of the way if somebody's cutting off the cage, and you did that. You came out with the distance. You feel like, though, he by doing that, he's trying to bait you into those counter exchanges where that's pretty much like the only place he seems to really land shots.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely feel that's a good part for him too because he doesn't want to gas either. But I mean, hell, that takes a lot of energy, just throwing punches like that, and especially if you miss. I feel like the only thing that he was surprisingly good at is when I shot the single was he did a weird half Nelson type deal. So I was like, oh shit, I'm not gonna try to muscle out of this. I can tell you that. But he's a true vet, man. We all know that. Everyone that knows fighting knows he's a true vet, and like I said, it was just an honor to compete against a man like that.
Yeah, I've rolled with Sam. He's freakishly strong and a lot bigger than he looks when you actually get in there with him.
Shit, you ain't lying. I seen him Wednesday when I got, and I was like, geez, this dude's bigger than on TV. And my boy's 6'4", and 230, 225, and I'm like, thank God I've been working with him because if not, it might be a long night, that weight, the size, the strength. But I don't feel I'm weak by any means. I've never felt an 85 touch me and be like, oh, he's strong. Personally, I've never felt it. But obviously 205 is a different weight class and a different beast, but I'm a little hard-headed. I'm a little arrogant when it comes to the strength thing. I'm not strong in the gym, but when you grab me, I'm pretty strong. So I didn't feel like he would muscle me there too. And luckily he didn't, thank God.
And last thing, we kind of already talked about this. You want to stay at middleweight. You've made that decision clear. And you said this is your first short notice fight. What made you want to do it, and how did it? You may have addressed this during fight week, and I apologize if you did. Yeah, but what made you want to do it, and how did you get tapped?
To be honest, it's kind of something that's always intrigued me. A short notice fight. I've always wanted to test the waters at 170. Obviously, I like to be training for it or whatever, like a hard training camp. So I didn't have any mental with cardio. But I've always wanted to try to see how it felt to not have a cut, if the energy was still the same, if my movement was still the same, just all those variables that kind of come into question when cutting weight. And so I knew my teammate had pulled out on Saturday. So I tried to get the fight on Saturday, and my manager was like, hey, I don't think you've been training enough, so let's just wait. And I called him Monday night, and I was like, Ali, I had to explain some things to him that was going on in my personal life and a little bit, and he was like, okay, so I guess they still need a fight for Sam. And he called me Tuesday at about 1:30 after I just finished lunch with my family, and he was like, you still want the fight? I was like, yes, sir. And so they was like, you want to fly out tonight or tomorrow morning? And I was like, tomorrow morning, because I'd like to train. So flew in here, did all my medicals, did all my medicals here throughout the week, and it was a rush though. It was definitely different, but mark it off the bucket list, I guess, right?
Yeah, actually, I do have a follow-up now that I think about it. So you mentioned this earlier too, like the fight camp is such a roller coaster. You have a lot of time to think and get in your thoughts, and it happens to 99% of people. So, can we get a little more detail on like what the difference is like mentally, because when you come in and it's kind of rushed, you like Michael Bisping has talked about this before. You almost like kind of bypass a lot of those nerves that mess with you over those weeks.
Yeah, for sure. For me personally, I only got nerves a little bit today. I was a little nervous. A little bit yesterday. I was a little nervous here and there, but I didn't have the nerves all fight camp. I didn't have the drive of like, oh crap, man, I have to go train. I have to do this. I have to do it for the weight cut. I have to do it for this. So I didn't have all those variables. So that was very nice. It was just nice to come in here. The only thing in my head was like, I come off a loss, so I gotta go in strong. I've got to pick up where I left off and fix those mistakes that I didn't fix, or that I didn't fix basically, because that was short notice too. But I just had to come out here and just be me, and that was nice. When I'm myself, I'm very dangerous. Coming off a loss, I feel I'm super dangerous. And when my head's in the right spot, like mentally, my family life and everything else is going good, man, I feel I'm a very dangerous guy, and I feel that's what happened tonight, even on a short notice fight.
Well, here's a guy you beat that's getting ready to fight. Who are you taking this one?
Puna all the way, man.
Maximov.
Puna all the way. Yes, sir. Yeah, I think he's going to knock this guy out, to be honest. I watched his last fight, and I've watched Puna. Well, obviously, I was Puna's last fight, but I watched his fights. And I don't think this kid's going to be able to wrestle Puna, and Puna's got power, man. So I feel like he's going to be a smarter fighter tonight. I feel he was young in his career when we fought, and I was able to just use the veteran status that I had, the experience I had, and yeah, I feel like he's going to be more polished this time around. But and I like him too. He's a nice guy.
Thanks.
Thank you.